Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We begin here at 6 with a follow-up on a capital murder investigation in Henderson County. The mother of a woman accused of killing her 4-year-old son is now also under arrest. 64-year-old Mary Johnson is in the Henderson County Jail tonight on a charge of endangering a child. Her arrest follows the arrest of her daughter for murder. And we do want to warn you, some of the details in this story are quite disturbing. Crime scene tape surrounds the Athens house where Monica Figueroa allegedly killed her 4-year-old son Grayson. A crime Sheriff Bodie Hillhouse says was witnessed by Figueroa's mother, Mary Johnson.
When she got over there, she walked in and Monica was actually cutting on a blanket, and she heard Grayson screaming, and then the screaming stopped.
At that point, Figueroa allegedly threatened to hurt her mother and told her to leave, which she did.
I stayed gone all night and went back over there that following morning. And when she went back over there the following morning, that's when she observed Grayson was deceased.
Johnson then called authorities, who found the boy's body partially covered with a blanket and confirmed he was killed with an edged weapon, observed by Johnson to be a wood-handled knife. Instead of charging Johnson with a crime like failing to report a felony, the sheriff says they saw the endangering a child charge as a better fit for the crime.
We chose endangering a child because it does carry stiffer punishment than fail to report a felony. And that's why we went with the endangering a child charge. And really, when you look at the law and the way the law is written, that's exactly what she did.
Tonight, authorities are awaiting results from an autopsy and will soon return to the crime scene in hopes of learning more. Now, both Figueroa and Johnson remain in the Henderson County Jail. The sheriff says they've yet to determine a motive for this crime and have not determined whether or not Figueroa was under the influence of drugs at the time of the murder. Now, Figueroa does have other children, but only had custody of her 4-year-old son. CPS records show one of her children once tested positive for cocaine, and she has a lengthy arrest record in Henderson County that stretches back to 2001.